The world is with around 200 countries and more than 7.8 billion people, plants, animals, and other organisms. The world is full of interesting, fun, and fascinating facts. Let's see some interesting facts about the world. Before I tell, click the subscribe button for more videos. 1. Glaciers and ice sheets hold about 69% of the world's fresh water. Just over 96% of the total amount of the world's water is held in its ocean. However, that's primarily salt water. To find the bulk of the world's fresh water, you need to trek to the poles, as 68.7% of it is anchored in ice caps, permanent snow, and glaciers. 2. The fastest gust wind ever recorded on Earth was 253 miles per hour. Hands to your heads because this isn't your average windstorm. In 1996, a tropical cyclone named Olivia hit on the coast of Barrow Island, Australia with such force that broke an incredible record. Olivia's iron produced 5 extreme 3-second wind gusts, which blew the previous wind record of 231 miles per hour, set in Mount Washington in 1934. 3. Recent drought in Europe were the worst in 2,100 years. Europe has been experiencing severe dry spell and extreme heat since 2015, which has caused major droughts. Researchers look at isotopes in the range of old European oak trees in Central Europe, which formed for thousands of years to try to bring down the coast. They discovered that the dry spells are a result of human-caused climate change and associated shifts in the jet stream, according to York Lab. 4. The best place in the world to see rainbows is in Hawaii. If you are an avid rainbow gazer and want to get your fate on the beautiful phenomena, look no further than the state of Hawaii. The area's mountains produce sharp gradients in clouds and rainfall, which are key to abundant rainbow sightings. Air pollution, pollen, and a large amount of crusty waste also hurt to put Hawaii at the top of the list when it comes to rainbow quantity and quality. 5. There are fossil plants in Greenland under 1.4 km of ice. Around 80% of the Greenland is covered by the Greenland ice sheet, which is the largest and possibly the only relief of the Pleistocene glaciation in the northern hemisphere. At the bottom of a 1.4 km crucible, researchers found well-preserved fossil plants and biomolecules, which means that the massive sheets melt and reform at least once in the last million years. 6. Whale songs can be used to map out the ocean floor. Fin whales are basically the very white of the ocean. The deep willowy sound that may use to attract mates are considered to be the loudest of all marine life, and can be heard at 1,000 km 600 miles away. They can also be used to sonically map out the ocean floor, thanks to the fact that the sound can reach depths of 2.5 km 1.6 miles under the water, which bounces back and provides researchers with accurate measurements. 7. New creatures have been found in deep-sea volcanoes. A 2020 study of a deep-sea volcano near New Zealand uncovered over 90 mutated bacteria and archaeal genomic families, nearly 300 previously unknown genera. Some research has linked hydrothermal banks like deep-sea volcanoes to the origin of life. 8. Mount Everest is bigger now than the last time it was measured. Mount Everest may not have physically grown, having reached majority a long time ago. However, the most recent measurement performed by surveyors has the mountain peak standing taller than we had thought in the past. Previous reading had ranged from 20,002 feet above sea level in 1856 down to 20,029 feet in 1955. But after the long process of measuring the mountain with GPS devices, experts have now stated that Mount Everest stands at a whopping 20,031.69 feet due to plate tectonics. 9. Climate change is causing flowers to change color. Don't worry, your prized red roses aren't going to turn turquoise overnight. But an increase in UV radiation due to the ozone layer deteriorating over the past decade has caused the flowers all over the globe to change. Clemson University scientists determined that the UV pigmentation in flowers had increased over time, which has led to the degradation of their pollen. 10. Dentistry is the oldest profession in the world. Dentistry goes all the way back to when human facilities were not quite the law. However, once there we found evidence of teeth being drilled in schools that dates from 7,500 to 9,000 years ago. The holes were likely made using a prehistoric bouldering. Could that be the work of the first dentist? Other party research, easily on a 40,000-year-old school, found that one rotten tooth in the jaw and had been deliberately sourced and scarred with the tooth. That makes dentistry one of the oldest recorded professions.